Vibrational, divine, harmonious, loving blessings and greetings to each and every single one of you. Welcome to Samadhi, this beautiful first of the month of June, which we're going to get into what the topic is for this month. Before we want to welcome you to Samadhi here in Yuma, Arizona, Samadhi Sea of Wisdom Meditation School in Yuma, Arizona, both online and here locally. This is my wife Alice, my lovely wife Alice, which is not on the camera. There she is.
It's kind of a little off.
Yeah, because we're on YouTube, Instagram, and StreamYard, and Facebook. So, welcome to Samadhi, where it's not about positivity, it's not about negativity. It's about authenticity. It's about authenticity. It's about rawness. It's about realness. It's about genuineness. It's about you. It's about you. Samadhi is about you. We are here to awaken, to remind, to inspire, empower, and reflect what is possible and plant that seed of consciousness so that it can start germinating. And it doesn't matter where you are, it doesn't matter where you've been, it doesn't matter what you've done or what you haven't done. It doesn't matter, even if you're in something so chaotic right now, because we've both been there. And here at Samadhi, we want to remind you that just the way you are welcomed. Just the way you are loved. Just the way you are beautiful, you are brilliant, and you are magnificent. And I totally forgot to put on Do Not Disturb. That's what happens when we go live.
And also,
wait.
And
there we
also
go.
one of the light bulbs.
And
it's too dark.
and the one thing that
Never mind.
I did love it.
Do you see? I'm in the dark.
Okay,
You're in the light.
there's nothing we can do about that.
Well, you just want to.
Okay, yeah, I know, I checked it this morning. So anyways, a little bit of a lighting issue, but other than that, we proceed. So again, welcome to Samadhi, where it's not about positivity, it's not about negativity, it's about authenticity, it's about genuineness, it's about rawness, it's about realness, it's about you. It's about the life that you are designed to live. It's about the purpose that is waiting to be birthed from within you. It's about the identity of who you truly are, the essence of who you truly are. And here at Samadhi, we desire, in our soul mission, is to awaken that. For that to awaken that in yourself. Because we just love what we do. And for the month of June, which...
Oh, let's pray first.
Well, for the month of January, we did the month of foundation. For the month of February, we did Unconditional Love. For the month of March, we did the month of miracles. For the month of April, we did the month of allowing, which was allowing by letting go. And then the month of May, we did May I. And giving yourself permission of the infinite possibilities that are yours. Because that's what May means, possibilities and giving yourself permission. Like when you ask somebody, may I get some, water? May I have a cup of water? And even giving yourself permission. That's the key here. Giving yourself permission, open up those possibilities for yourself. So the month of June. Should we do it before or after?
I'm trying to find us. I don't see us anywhere, so I can share it.
Oh, okay.
Are we in the back room and you haven't
started on? I just went live right now. Okay, we didn't even, everything that I said didn't go live. Yeah. Okay, well, I'll repeat it. For those of you out there, I'm going to repeat it again. Welcome to Samadhi Sea of Wisdom Meditation School here in Yuma, Arizona. This is my lovely wife, Alice. My name is Michael. And we are a meditation online school and here locally for our students. And we're here at Samadhi, first of all, vibrational, divine, loving, harmonious blessings and greetings to each and every single one of you beautiful souls out there. And we want to welcome you to Samadhi, where it's not about positivity, it's not about negativity. It's about authenticity. It's about genuineness. It's about realness. It's about rawness. It's about you. It's about the realness, the genuineness that you truly are inside. It doesn't matter where you've been, it doesn't matter what you've done, it doesn't matter what you haven't done. It doesn't matter what situation you're in right now, because we've both been in different circumstances. And we can tell you from personal experience that that seed is strong no matter where you are. So here at Samadhi, we desire to be the mirror of the possibilities and to give yourself the permission to be able to tap into who you truly are. So we already said what we did the months for. The month of January, Unconditional Love, Foundation, the month of January, Unconditional Love. The month of February, the month of January, Foundation. The month of February, Unconditional Love. The month of March is the month of miracles. The month of April, month of allowing by letting go. The month of May, giving yourself the permission and experience the possibilities that are yours and have always been yours. And for the month of June, we have a new topic for the first month of June. And before we reveal the topic, let's breathe. Let's take a deep, deep breath. Let's just let go. Give yourself permission to let go. And feel as you let go, your body becoming more lighter, more freer. Feel your shoulders relaxing. Feel your body relaxing. As you take a deep breath, breathe in the life, breathe in the awareness, breathe in the truth of your being. And as you slowly let go, allow yourself to let go of more. And feel the mind starting to calm itself, starting to come to the center where there's peace, where there's silence, where there's stillness. And just be for a moment. And just remember, as always, when thoughts come, with a non-judgmental space of awareness, appreciate the thought, bless it, and come back to your breathing. And then slowly ride the wave back to peace within. Within the sea of wisdom of Samadhi. Beautiful. Now in this moment of pure unconditional love, receive it. Open yourself to receive this unconditional love. Consciously receive it. Consciously open up to it. Consciously appreciate it. Beautiful. Taking a deep breath in. And all is one. Ready to receive. Thank you everyone again for joining us. Let's see who we have on. And we're going to talk about what today is the topic for June. So, the topic for June is just. The word just. And it's a simple word, just. Just. Why is just so important? Because we thought about justice, but we really resonated with just. Because just is where justice comes from, but it's even deeper. Just is just being in that space of just. Like the fairness, the peace, the presence of just being. Just. So, for the month of June, we're going to be opening up topics excuse me, of just. And just signifies many, many different meanings. As I looked up the words that connect with that word. And what I found was, we're just going to cover one word today. And what we're going to talk about in that word jest is a word that really stuck out to me as I was reading the words, and it's righteousness. Righteousness, which is also similar to impartial, because it's that word just, it's when we have our own interpretation of that word that we break it apart and then we connect it with something else. But it's like being. Okay, when you are being, you're just in that total state of awareness. You're in that total state of presence. But when you're being something, when you're being excited, then you're adding on to that. When you're being sad, then you're adding on to that. And really it's just a reaction. But my point is this. That word jest is so simple, but yet in its simplicity, it is so profound. Because it is fair. That word doesn't judge. That word doesn't criticize. That word doesn't differentiate. It's impartial to differentiation. And when we use that word jest, we're being fair. And let me look and see who's on. I don't see anybody, but I'm still... Give me 1 second, guys.
And if you are watching this in the replay, we understand it's a Saturday. How many of you like to sleep in, even though it's already 8:25 here in Yuma? But it happens that sometimes people just want to sleep, or they have events out with their families.
Yes.
But I will explain one reason why we are on Saturday, and if you hear Michael coughing a little bit, we usually do our lives on Fridays, but we've been going through a detox and cleansing and all that good stuff, whatever you want to call it. So Michael's really purging, and it wasn't easy for him to speak at times, and dry throat, and so many things, so we decided let's just wait and do it Saturday.
And the thing about it is, that's one thing I wanted to talk about. Thank you, Ali, for mentioning that, because one thing I've learned, and when our students realize this simple yet profound truth, that what's happening right now, it's really a blessing. Like all this that's coming out, it's because I haven't been just to my body. And we actually done it backwards.
Why? That doesn't surprise me. We're not your
because
norm.
What we did is, what I did, because she brought juicing and oils to me over 5 years ago. But I was so focused on mastering the mind, because I would see people that, I was connected to different spiritual groups and stuff like that, and people would do detox, would do juicing, would do all these different things, but they would still be dealing with all these issues, and I'm like, wait a minute, there's got to be something more. So I went deeper, and when I started mastering the mind more and more, and started loving myself more and more, it's like the body just all of a sudden is like, okay, now it's time to step up, because that's just the way it works. And
I can vouch for that one.
And the one thing that I desire to share about the word jest is that it's like you're being fair to your body. You're being fair because in this space that we exist in, there's nothing that we can escape from. But at the same time, there's everything that we can become. That's the duality that we exist in. So when we're not fair to our bodies, when we're not fair to the mind, when we're not fair to our own self in life, when we're not fair to others, we will feel that reciprocity in it. It doesn't mean we're being attacked. It doesn't mean we're being punished, because that's a big word that I grew up with, is punished. And in talking about jest, I really want to take that stigmatism out of being punished, because we're not being punished. The world that we live in today It's a reciprocity of the unconscious, the irresponsibility that we've taken up to this point. So it's like, are we willing to step into taking more responsibility? So that's what Ali and I have really, really stepped into, taking more responsibility, because on a mental level, I'm really clear and I really feel the presence. On a heart level, I'm really accessing that heart. But on the physical level, because of the stuff that I was putting in my body, it wasn't resonating, it wasn't synchronizing with the love that I was giving the mind and the heart. So there had to be this awakening. So we are now detoxing, which we've done this prior several times, and it's just the temptation is out there, and there's so many benefits to eating, you know, vegan, raw vegan, even vegetarian, but raw vegan is like the goal. And right now we're about 90%.
Right about.
Right about 90%. And it's that being just to yourself. And that's what we're going to talk about this month, is how can you be more just with yourself? Like, just with yourself. So go ahead, Ali.
Go ahead. Okay, well, for me, the word just...
Did you share with Leah?
Yes.
Okay.
The word just, the first one that resonates with me is reasonable. And sometimes we're not very reasonable with ourselves or our partners. We tend to judge and let the frustration set in first, and then ask questions later. And I believe if you're being just, especially with yourself, you give the person the benefit of the doubt, and then go from there and get to a fair, because just is being fair. Neutral, that one is possibly the most challenging, especially when you're on a cleanse, because a lot of emotions come up and we tend to forget to be neutral. We here at Samadhi always pride ourselves in saying it's not about negativity, it's not about positivity, so then we need to be in a neutral zone, that we don't allow ourselves to sway one way or the other. Stay neutral as possible, especially when when life throws things at you that you're not ready or not aware how to deal with them. One very important thing in being just one very important thing in being just is do not make any major life decisions while you are in an emotional state of anger or depression or frustration, because at that moment you may say things you can regret later, because you're not in that just state of mind, you're not in that right state of mind, you're not being neutral, you're taking it all personally. So obviously the decision you make at that moment is not going to, may not be a very favorable one. So stay as neutral as possible, as fair to your body, your mind, your soul, because when you do take care of yourself, it's only a cause and effect, that as long as you take care of yourself, everything around you will fall into place accordingly. Is it in our timing when we want it? Not necessarily. And that's where the frustration comes in, because a lot of people want instant gratification. Yeah. I want it now, and I want to know how, and I want to see it. Well, you need to work at it a little bit. It doesn't happen overnight. For those of you that may want to go on a cleanse or detox for several days and wanting to readjust and align yourself, you may think, okay, well, I just have to do this now and then I'm done. But it's a form of maintenance as well, and commitment to your body. It isn't just a temporary fix. So be just to every single part of you. Those emotions have been there for a long time. Remember that when you're fasting or detoxing or any sort of cleansing, it's not just the physical stuff that you're taking out of your body. It works down to the soul level. So just be. How about that one? Just be. That's it. Just be. I like that one.
I love that one too. Just be. One thing I also...
And keep it fun. Keep it fun. Because when we put on a sour little face and we're serious, you feel it through all your cells. Just have fun with it. Whatever it is that comes your way, have fun. So go ahead, Michael.
So the one thing that I desire to share also as well is that when, like my body right now, what it's doing, it's purging, it's ridding itself of the toxins. I need to be grateful and very joyful of this process, because I mean, we have several students that have reached out to us, and they're like, especially when they start working on themselves, because it's not just detoxifying the food. Because when we work with students, I mean, they'll literally get sick and they'll wonder what's going on, because the mind is holding on to mental toxicity, illusions and perceptions that are holding a lot of weight, that are weighing the body down, that are causing a lot of chaos in the body. And when the mind starts detoxing, because this is a physical detox, but there is also a mental detox, and that's what we really specialize in. Ali specializes in a physical detox. Actually specializes in a lot of things. But when you're going through a cleanse, any type of cleanse, it's not easy, but it's simple to remember. Enjoy the process. Because even the vibration of when you're going through that detox, if you're upset, if you're angry, if you're frustrated, if you're stressed, you're going back to that really dense vibration. And even people that cleanse physically, we see a lot of people doing more and more of these physical cleanses, but then they come to us because they're like, I've done the cleanse and I should feel better, but what's going on? It's like, it's as simple as this, that when we, like this cucumber, if I eat this cucumber, which is really delicious, that's life, by the way. And this is going to assimilate in my body. And my body is not going to have to use so much energy to digest this, and it's going to assimilate into the very cells of my being. I just want to take another one, it's so good. And another thing is your taste buds. We think we know what taste is. Trust me. I was so I was so intoxicated, because we are so addicted to foods. And I didn't even know what taste was, because I was used to sugars, flours, salt, all these different tastes that I really wasn't tasting taste. Because the more you purify your body, the more your taste buds awaken to what is more tasteful and true. Because I even had to come to terms with myself in saying that even our introduction, we say it's not about positivity, it's not about negativity, it's about authenticity. But during my meditation, it was like, and I shared this with Ali about a month ago, I was like, wait a minute, I need to go on a cleanse because I'm not being fair to my body. And we talked about it, and I attempted 2 or 3 times to do a watermelon cleanse. I think it was 2 months ago. And I attempted to do 2 or 3 times a watermelon cleanse, but it's like really challenging because we live in a world where it's normal to eat toxic foods. And the foods that we're eating, we think it's food because we've been so programmed to believe it's food, but hardly any of it has any nutrition. So, my point to this is that when you're being just to your body will be just with you. But if you're not just with your body will reflect, and even it will creep up on you, because we're not eating things that will kill us like that. We're eating foods that on a micro level will start building. Just like if I dam up a river with a couple logs, it's going to attract more logs, it's going to attract more debris. But if I clear the debris, it's going to flow. But just a couple different barriers that are small are going to attract other barriers. And they're going to start, blocking that that flow. It's just within our innerverse. But my point to this is that whenever you're going through a detox, either mind, body, which affects the soul, enjoy the process. Because bless the process. Because I am grateful that my body is doing this. You know, the phlegm that's showing up, the nose. You know, yesterday I was like almost knocked down. It felt like a car hit me. But, however, I knew that the process was for a purpose. And see, that's the key here. The process was with purpose. It wasn't just a process of just, oh, I'm getting sick and then I'm going to take some medication. Because let your body do what it does naturally. And I'm not a doctor, so I'm not going to say that, you know, I have the certification to talk about the medical system. But the one thing I will say, coming from personal experience, I've allowed my body, because I don't take medication, I don't take anything, I allow my body because I trust my body. And that's one thing, is the more you build trust with your body, the more it's going to show up with you. So, in a nutshell, when we talk about just, that's what we're going to reflect when we realize we live in a world, in a space, in a creative process of justness. And what I put out, I'm going to receive. And what I put out here in the mind, I'm going to receive. What I put in the mind. What I put in my mouth, I'm going to receive. So that was really the topic for today. Because especially being on this cleanse, just be mindful, be aware of how just you're being to you. And just is fair. How fair are you being with you? How righteous are you being with you? Are you authentic with yourself? Because that's authenticity. Authenticity is justness. Because your body, your mind, your soul, your being is designed to thrive. If you're not aligning with that, then it's not that your body, the mind, or the soul is against you. It's just you're not responding with love, care, and attention. And you're not taking responsibility of your life. And the more you can take responsibility of your life, the more you can take responsibility within you, then you will experience more and more bliss, more and more joy that, I mean, money can't buy. Because our health is one of the greatest wealths. Because the greatest wealth is our inner health. Because if you don't have inner health but you have external health, I mean, you're still missing a great key. Because even when you see people healthy on the outside, it doesn't necessarily mean they're healthy on the inside. Because I was at the top of in my prime, where I was very strong. I was, doing 1,000 push-ups a day, working out like an animal. But I was compensating for the anger that I didn't know how to let go. And you know, when you see people that are like very, very huge, like let's just say 500 pounds. Where's my hand? When you see people that are very, very huge, like 500 pounds, and my respect for what they do, because I see them, you know, getting on that treadmill and going out and doing these things. Wow, I'm like with my mouth wide open. But I'm going to tell you that when you're looking at Ali and I, you're looking at that same kind of reflection of the mental weight of the chaos, the insanity, the fears, the resistance, the worthlessness, the powerlessness that we believed we were. And we've literally detoxified from that. But really, it's been our blessing, because all of that has been like compost for the soul.
In the beginning, Michael said we kind of did it backwards, right? Because he was so into that power of the mind and making sure how do you function and how does that brain work and what do I do? And before I met Michael, I was on my other end over there doing the best that I could to work on myself physically. And through juicing, through fasting, through the raw food, I had lost way back about 11 years ago, almost really close to the 100 pounds. And I was so proud of myself, and I would do so many things in the exterior. But I fell back because this wasn't strong enough. And I let myself be taken by what was influenced in my environment at that time. And it wasn't easy. And that's kind of like, you know, a drug addict. Food is a drug. With all the additives and everything that has been done to the food nowadays, if you can kind of call it food, it's food-like, but there isn't any nutrition in it, and there's a lot of addictive ingredients. So you want that also on an emotional level. It makes you feel good, you feel comfortable, you know, comfort food, all of that stuff. And when you detox from that, I wasn't able to do it as long as I wanted to. And I'm very thankful not all the weight came back on, but enough that I haven't been aligning with what the inner Alice is like. I desire for the outer Alice to reflect exactly what my inner, and so I said I need to do this. And it isn't easy for me when I have a husband with the greatest metabolism and I make tortillas and all that other food that may be delicious, but it's not really giving us the energy that we need. So we decided to do this together, which I think is very courageous as well, but it also saves a lot of time. You know, if he does it first and then I do it and then I try and hold the space.
And one thing I want to share is there's two things that kind of held me back when I would think about this process. One, it's too expensive. Two, how am I gonna get full on raw food? Like
on rabbit food.
Yeah. So, and one thing that if you look at gorillas, look how strong they are. Look at elephants. I mean, these creatures have to carry a lot of weight, and their muscles are super strong. So my point to this is that when you start eating healthy, you'll get full easier. Like, you'll get full off a small amount because you're actually getting the nutrients in your body. And see, the reason why we eat, and she knows, I would eat 9 eggs. 9 eggs. I would eat like maybe every hour or two, and I would eat a lot. It wouldn't just be like one sandwich. It would be like 3 sandwiches, some chips, what else? Like just a lot. Yeah, don't get us started on that. But the one thing I wanted to share is about this, and we'll be talking about it more as we progress, because we really want to inspire others that when we find something and we are living it, because see, we can't share it if we're not living it. It would just be like hypocritical. So, when you start eating healthy, you know, think about this. As much as I ate in one day, how much do you think I was spending to eat 6 or 7 or 8 times a day? How much are you spending to eat several times a day when now I eat like maybe 2 large meals a day and the rest are like little snacks and a lot of water? And the thing about it is that's the mental paradigm that didn't allow me to move forward, to move more inward. And when you take this journey, you love your body even more deeply, and the energy more resonates and aligns with you. And here's another thing that I would like to say, and this is in closing on my part, is that this is really a testament to Samadhi. We were actually talking about this, and it's like we did it backwards, and that's why I was sharing that we did it backwards, because, I mean, if we would have done the cleansing first and then went into the meditation, oh my gosh, it would have probably, you know, been a lot easier. But because of the way that we've unfolded and we've realized from personal experience, it's very simple. So with that simplicity, if you add on healthy living, it's going to even be much, much simpler. So we are just very grateful I mean, there's no regrets because we had to go through that so we can really help people, because there's people that don't eat healthy and they transform their lives just because they transform their mind. And that's the key. Because even when you eat, it's like I was saying earlier, when you eat this cucumber, but you're upset, you acidify it as it's going in your mouth. Because we affect the chemical, the structure, the compound of what we're eating. So it's not just, oh, I'm eating healthy, it's what mindset are you eating with. That's it. Dalia's on with us. Dalia, bendiciones. That's it. So be just with yourself today. And be fair with yourself. Love yourself. Because what you add to that word, you're going to experience. So, just be. Just live. Don't just exist. Live. Start living again. Thank you, everyone, for joining us here at Samadhi Sea of Wisdom Meditation School. Hope you enjoyed this video. We got more coming throughout the month, so stay tuned. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your weekend. Anything else, Ellie?
And please remember, if anything resonated with you, share this video.
Yes.
And if you have any curiosity about anything and say, hey, I'd like to learn more, please sign up for our classes, private message us, and we can connect with you. And just enjoy your day.
Thank you, everyone.
Enjoy your day.
Blessings,
Ciao.
blessings, blessings. Blessings.